you started your life off going outside, socializing, and meeting new kids.
Right.
That was a part of your life early on. And now it's not.
But here's the thing, though. Millennials are grown now.
Now, yeah.
So what happened in college? What happened in grad school?
I'm saying, if in your formative years, you know what I'm saying? Like that was a part of our formative years.
Right.
We
know how to do it. It's easy peasy.
Right. I think they tend not to do it. I think because that was not a part of, like, it's, you kind of don't want, like, for example, I got a little concerned because my daughter, for the first time, she's always been kind of a pretty social kid because she's always been an only child and always wanted to be around. So she's always been excited to be around kids, her age. We took her to a birthday party with kids her age. She didn't know anybody there. It was a friend of mine who we don't get together that much in real life. And we've been trying to start doing that more. He has a daughter the same age as Danya, or pretty close. And they invited her to the birthday party. Well, Danya, for the first time, just kind of hung back and didn't want to engage. And I saw her point. There was clearly a little clique there that knew each other, that were already friends and all that, right? And I could see how, and they didn't really make a point to, try to welcome her in. And I get that it's hard and stressful to kind of engage, But I pulled her aside just to talk to her, just to find out where her head was at and whatever. And she was acting a little weird on the way there too. So I just wanted to make sure everything was cool. And I was like, what's going on? And she kind of didn't want to talk. I kept pushing to get her to open up. And she's like, well, first of all, I'm kind of tired. And I'm like, okay, well, you have been, going at it pretty hard, with your room and this and that. Okay, so I get that. And then I said, so you just don't really feel like, the energy and the drama of, like, going over and meeting new people and trying to, she's like, yeah, kind of. I was like, I get that. I understand. So I just let her be. I let her just be. She just kind of hung out with me or by herself or whatever. So, but that like I said, that kind of that got my attention, because that's new for her. But I also know that she's a preteen now, and I know that she's in situations at school and different places where, she's not always liked or welcomed or whatever, and she has to go through that, and just the whole age of being awkward and this and that. So I didn't push. But at the same time, I just wanted to make sure that she was okay and whatever. But I think when you don't grow up doing that, it becomes easier to just kind of like stay to yourself and not engage. And I think that's what happens. They go to college and they become adults and whatever. Like you said, they're adults now. And I think they don't make friends the way that we did because they didn't start off making friends the way that we did. That's just my theory.
That might be a new business, teaching kids how to, like, kitty icebreakers.
Or we just got to find a way to, because the thing is, the world statistically is not any more dangerous than it was when we were kids.
No,
in fact, it's
different.
In fact, it's less dangerous statistically than it was when we were children. But because of the way our media is, it feels more dangerous, and we react, and I'm guilty of it myself, so I know. But at the same time, I'm aware of that. So I try to push, and Danya would go outside and play if there was someone for her to play with.
That's just it. I was going to say, if you wanted to, it's hard. You can't even reverse it yourself, because if you say, like, you know what, this is ridiculous, I'm going to let her out.
Right.
She'd go out. She actually would be vulnerable because she'd be out
by herself. Exactly. So it's like not safe for her to be out by herself. So I guess it would take, if you had several children, you could kind of push it for yourself. But when we first moved here, there were a couple of kids that would play outside, and she did go out and play with them. But I'm not sure why their parents stopped allowing them to come out. And Danya's even gone over there to play with them. And when she did, they kind of like just played in their house, and then the yard and stuff like that. So, it's just I understand it, and I understand the instinct, but I feel like there's a part of us that we're kind of like we talked about earlier, overdoing it and underdoing it. I think this is an area where we might be overdoing it and kind of doing a disservice to our kids a little bit.
I agree. I'm still confused though by why millennials didn't learn shit in college in the 20s and stuff like that. Like you didn't go to the club, you didn't meet nobody at the club. You didn't know how to. Come on, you ain't got no friends. You 30. None.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know a lot of. Well, I don't know. I don't feel like a lot of the millennials I know fit these smaller statistics. Like are only have 25% have friends.
No, because you don't see those people. They off being lonely.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
The 70% that got friends.
Yeah. Touche. Right? Touche. Yep, that makes perfect sense. There you go. Case closed. Sherlock Pip solved that one.
They all somewhere playing some game. Yeah, how come you ain't got online? You ain't got no online friends that you play games with? Come on.
Oh man. Yeah, you're right about that. All right, we haven't talked about TV in a minute. We usually always talk about TV on this show. So, The Oval is a Tyler Perry BET White House drama that is coming out. Now, let me say right off the bat that you guys know I have mixed feelings about Tyler Perry as a human being and as a
businessman,
as a businessman and someone who gives back to the black, contributes to the black community and gives a lot of work to. I love him.
A+.
I love him and I praise him for that. Awesome dude. But when it comes to as an artist, his content, he's not my cup of tea. I will admit that I watched some of the Mud Deer stuff and some of us had me laugh at points and whatever. But overall, a lot of his stuff is not my cup of tea. Although I do try to watch a lot of his stuff to support it, whatever. And my wife is a big fan. All that being said, I'm excited about this, not because it's Tyler Perry, but because one of the stars of The Oval is none other than my friend of the show, Taja V. Simpson.
What?
Yes. So that beautiful voice that you heard at the beginning of the show, talking about keeping your dreams alive and all that, Taja V. Simpson, who's been on this show a couple of times and is a friend of Dino Red. Dino Red finally got somebody on TV to like Pip. Pip always got all these friends on every show. I don't have friends on every show, but I got some friends on the couple.
Please. One of the former co-hosts of this show is on TV all the time.
Yeah, that's true. But, so I am very happy and very proud of my friend, the very lovely, very beautiful, very talented Taja V. Simpson. Again, give it up for her. So I will be watching this show to support her. And, so I feel like it's a kind of a soap opera thing, like most of the things that he's done this is for Oprah's network. And I think most of the stuff that he's done on there has been like some sort of soap opera. Mm-hmm. This one it's written and directed, executed, produced by Perry. The Oval tells the story of a family placed in the White House by people of power, while also highlighting the personal side of everyday lives of the staff who run the inner workings of the nation's most iconic residence. So basically, it's about the White House staff. It's different from West Wing and Scandal and all these other ones where you dealing directly with the president and these other higher offices, whatever. This is about basically like a couple people are Secret Service agents. I think the highest person that's featured on the show is maybe the chief of staff, which is a pretty high position.
That's pretty high.
Yeah, that's a pretty high position. But everybody else is like a Secret Service agent or like a domestic, a servant or something like that. And the spouses and children of those people. Right. That's what this show is kind of focuses on and what it's about. So that's kind of different. That's different. And lots of eye candy for the men and women on this show. There's like just cast full of beautiful people. I'm not going to go through all the names because he's using basically little known people that haven't been, in a whole lot of stuff, which is something else I like, giving all these new, up and coming people a chance. So, like I said, when he comes to, that, I love him, but
that's because he don't pay enough.
Is that what it is?
That's part of it.
Well, I know. It may not.
And his work is mostly non-union.
It may not be all him though, because I know Oprah is really tight with.
Yep.
Because that's she. Underground. That show was great,
mm-hmm.
and Oprah was like, "Nope, too expensive. Gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway, there's that. So congrats again to our friend Tajavi Simpson. In other TV-related news, the Bobby Brown lawsuit over the Whitney Houston documentary was dismissed.
Now this is crazy.
Bobby Brown and the trust or the
estate.
The estate. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. The estate of Bobby Christina, his daughter, sued BBC and was it HBO? BBC and I think HBO. Yeah, for the documentary that came out in like 2017, I think it was.
Yes.
Because Bobby alleged that they used a lot of footage that he did not okay of him personally, and also they used scenes from the reality show Whitney and Bobby, and that they didn't pay any proceeds or anything. They didn't pay any any royalty rights for that. So the judge said, as far as getting his permission, I guess because it's a documentary,
mm-hmm.
she said it's not needed. It's not needed because it's covered under the First Amendment. So you lose on that, and then she refused to make a decision on the other part, on the royalties, and said let the state courts handle that.
Mm.
So he still has a chance to, or they, I should say, because it's him and their state, they still have a chance to possibly win on the state level for the royalties part of it, for the Whitney and Bobby stuff. But as far as the his likenesses and all that, they said no, they didn't need your permission for that.
Yeah, you're famous.
Yeah, you're famous. You're a celebrity, and this is a documentary, and it's covered under the First Amendment. So sorry, bro.
Yeah, especially footage that's already been on TV.
Right. So there's that. That's how that ended.
Well, it's not exactly over, is it? Because he's
no, it's not
a chance, and I knowing Bobby Brown, he's going to keep fighting.
Probably, and the state seems to be on board with it too.
On board on his side.
On his side, yeah.
I think he might win this. Actually, I was against. We reported the first time when he had the filed the lawsuit.
Yes,
and I was against it. Although I've already seen it, so I don't care. I've already seen the documentary, Bobby. He ain't stopping shit.
I think mostly everybody has at this point.
He ain't stopping nothing.
So, yeah, exactly. Everybody's pretty much seen it. So, I think, well.
P.S. Whitney Houston's birthday was this week. Sorry.
That's okay.
August 9th. You know I'm a fan.
Yeah, you are. You're a super fan. Okay.
56.
So we've been talking about this Coming to America, and I think we're kind of split. Pip's not that excited about it, right?
No, I'm very excited.
Oh, you are very okay.
This is Coming to America is my number one favorite movie of all time.
Okay, so
movie comedy.
Okay, so you are excited about it.
Oh yeah.
So I think we are all excited about this. Then they seem to be trying to load the cast up with a lot of celebrity cameos and appearances, whatever. There's talk of Michael Blackson, comedian, another comedian. We talked about comedians. He's the African comedian, mother sucker. That's what he's known for.
My favorite Michael Blackson joke is he didn't know how to do dirty talk.
Yeah,
and the woman said, "Tell me something dirty. Your kitchen, bitch."
Yeah. Oh my God. So anyway, he was on the Breakfast Club and they asked him about it, and he said, I can't speak on it because, it may not happen. It's not a done deal until I'm actually shooting it. Right. And he said, even then you can get cut. Mm-hmm. But he's like, it's being talked about. And I hear that Eddie wants him. So that's good for him. That's good for him. If Eddie wants him, that's good for him.
They bring back the dude, She's your queen to be. He's coming back. I read that.
Yeah.
He's
yeah.